Welcome to the Why podcast, where we have questions that heal and conversations that build. Ghayath Sioufi, aka El Captain, introduce us to the person behind the name.
First of all, thank you, Sandra, for this opportunity. Really, I appreciate it, and it's a pleasure to reconnect again. I'm Ghayath, known as El Captain, as you said, and now G. G is trending nowadays because apparently it's easy to pronounce, so I'm building on that also. I'm a Lebanese. I've been living in the UAE for the past 20 years. I started my career in media and advertising here in Beirut, in the golden era of Lebanon. And then I migrated to Dubai and to the UAE to work in the telecom sector. And from there, my journey started in the advertising and media, building more on the marketing aspect until I reached where I am now. That's from a professional perspective. From a human perspective, I'm someone who loves life. I'm a learner. I love to explore and to discover. I like to work on myself. I don't like to be obsolete. I believe in a say, in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. And I really abide by that because I don't want at any point to become obsolete. And I know a lot of peers who became like that. So I'm updated. I update myself on all aspects. When it comes to life, when it comes to business, when it comes to knowledge. And gradually I developed a certain personality who is picky in some areas, but I attend to humor and fun in other areas.
Picky is always good. Do you think, like when you talk to your team or when you do business with people, does it work in the business life to have high standards without being a bit overwhelming?
Actually, it requires a lot of emotional intelligence to be able to be really picky.
Nicely.
Exactly, nicely, in a nice way, because at the end of the day, you need to surround yourself with people and build the circles that will benefit you, that will highlight your value, and that will allow you to help others. And this is where the pickiness comes. Unfortunately, nowadays, we're surrounded with a lot of generalization in general and superficial atmosphere. So that's why we need to be picky. We need to distinguish ourselves. We need to realize that, no, I'm not interested to talk about these because everyone is talking about them. I have a certain angle that I need to focus on, and this is where I'm attracting the people that are interested in this specific angle and not in general stuff.
Specifically because you have 25 years of experience, over 25 years of experience. And do you think that because of that, now you can implement things that out of experience that works better than any other newcomer to the business?
Of course. It's a long journey of trial and error. It's a long journey of experience. It's a long journey of encounters. Some of them were positive, some of them were not positive. But at the end of the day, yes, you reach a phase where you are able to do your filtration system, your internal filtration system. And it's a process of doing the filtration system. Sometimes you tend to give a chance to some opportunities or to some people while your gut tells you no, but sometimes you tend to give the chance. But this filtration, if you want process, get more and more fine-tuned by the time, based on the experience that you acquired throughout the years. And this experience, I'm talking about business and about people at the end of the day, because everything that we do is about people and around people. These years of experiences helped me a lot in the filtration process. Who to deal with, who to keep around me. I can tell you that when I moved to Dubai, my circle was the universe. Now my circle is very small. Now this normally comes with age, with maturity, and with a lot of things. But I have a small circle of people who I trust, who I'm myself when I'm with them. I don't wear my work mask or my the things that are required outside. Whether it's right or wrong, sometimes you have to, depending on the communities you're approaching. But your circle tend to get smaller, your comfort circle, let's call it.
Which is more important to you, to have a skilled team or someone who is high-tech and AI-oriented that can work faster, or someone with a great character and people's skills?
Listen, the most important thing are two, in my opinion, are two things. Character is very important. Being technical or savvy is easy. Everyone is technical or savvy now. You can go in online and learn anything in few seconds. The AI models can help you do anything, but you need some level of smartness and of wittiness to know what do you want from AI. And this is what you require in people. You need someone to have the business sense or the business perspective that sits with you and know that, okay, fine, do it on AI, but I know how to ask the AI to do things. And I'm not just savvy for the sake of being savvy in general. So it's two things. It's attitude and aptitude. So attitude, it's when it comes to people being proactive, smart, running around their own stuff. They have the sense of ownership. Our generation has that, by the way. Other generations do not, and it's not their fault. So that's one.
It's the fast-paced.
It's the fast phase. I mean, until now, if I'm working with a client or if I'm at a company and my CEO texts me at night, I answer him. This is my generation. The new generation, the Gen Z or whoever, if you text them after 6 p.m., they don't answer you. I don't blame them. This is how they think about life at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So this is one thing. And the aptitude is very important because you need people. You need people who have the ability to think, not just to execute. Everyone can execute. The execution level is now fixed by the AI. Okay, let's agree on that.
Yes.
AI can execute. I don't need people to execute, with all due respect to everyone. I need smart people to manage the execution. And this is where the difference comes on all aspects from that perspective.
You've been in many fields like telco, aesthetic beauty, banking. How does that affect the way you work today and help you see things from a different perspective than any other people?
Let me start by telling you, when I first joined the first media agency I started to work with in Beirut, they had two departments in the agency. One of them was to work strictly on one brand. It was what we call an AOR, agency of record. So it was a huge global brand, and there is a team working only on that brand. And that brand had tens of SKUs. And there was the other unit which had all the other industries, all the remaining of the other industries. I refused to be working in the team that worked only on one brand. I wanted to enlarge my scope from the beginning by being exposed to many industries. And this is where I started to work on FMCGs, banking, telco. I remember back then we launched a huge telco operation in the region, and this is what helped me go to Dubai with a telco experience. The experience when it comes to diversifying the industries give you a global view about the different, first of all, business models that exist, whether they are B2B or B2C. And second, you see different consumer journeys. And I was always interested by the consumer journey and putting myself in the consumer shoes and see how they operate, how they approach things, how they think about things, because we are consumers. And I know myself, I'll give you a quick example. Nowadays, for example, in the age of convenience, this helped me a lot in diversifying my line of thoughts and my vision when it comes of the different industries and the different prospects under these industries. So definitely, to answer your question, yes, it was the right decision. I don't regret it, to work with different industries, and this made me who I am now in terms of the 360 understanding of the business model.
Can you tell us more about your ventures, CapG and other companies? Of
course.
And the story behind all these businesses.
Definitely.
And the names.
Listen, the story is a 25-year-old story. I mean, until last year, I was in 99% of my time an employee. I was able to build my knowledge, my experience, and diversify it. In parallel, there are a lot of things that you learn on the job, but it's only the tip of the iceberg. The real learning is done under the surface of the water. It's the learning that you do in your spare time. How do you evolve? How do you train yourself? The skills, the knowledge, the culture, the education, everything is done, most of it is done outside the job. Because when you're in the job, you're completely sucked in. You don't have time to think beyond the norms. So this was my journey when it comes to the work experience. And then in the past 2-3 years, I was also part of the executive committees in many companies, like a C-level, mainly a CMO. And when you're at that level, yes, you are responsible for the marketing function, but you can see the whole business from the whole aspect of the business, and you start talking the business acumen per se. The third layer is that I've built a very rich network across the region, mainly in the GCC and globally to a certain extent. So I put all of these areas in front of me, and I've put my ambition also that at the end of the day, I've reached a phase where I need to do what has always been in my mind, to create a separate entity, flexible powerhouse that is involved in many areas of the business, but has all one center of excellence, which is what I learned, my brand in specific. That's
what
why
are the risks about creating your own venture? Do you look at the region and the situations, at the economy, at the war happening? Isn't it a bit risky to start something that you think will grow fast in this environment?
Listen, it's very risky. There is risk in everything. It was a bold move, like me leaving my permanent job, the salary that hits every end of the month, and starting to build something, a model that at the beginning was selling a service, not even a product. And I'll tell you a little bit about the model moving forward. There is a big risk. The fact that I'm operating in the GCC, except for that, the past 3 months, the GCC is a very lucrative business area. And even despite what happened now, the tendency of it to grow is still there. And in my opinion, it's the right place to be now globally, not even in the region. It's like the downtown of the world currently. And the models that I'm trying to push, I've studied a lot. Now they're very mature in the States and in the UK, and this maturity is spreading globally. And definitely the next area or battlefield where this model will flourish is the GCC in itself. I'll tell you what I did. So first of all, I created like a powerhouse which has different verticals, and this is the one that I called CapG Ventures. CapG is me at the end of the day. I didn't have a headache with the name. CapG Ventures it's a holding in my head. It has different lines of businesses. The first one is the fractional business, which I launched now. Other lines of businesses will come with time, and they're about commerce, and they're about any other business models that I'm still studying now. So I want to diversify the sources of revenue and make them work together, but also independently from that perspective.
Tell us more about the fractional C model.
That's the lucrative thing now that is trending globally, and I believe it's gonna trend big time in the region here. So we looked at the need of the small and medium enterprises. Just to open a small bracket before that, my main focus in the past few years was more of a B2B business than the B2C business. I believe the B2C has been exploited on all levels. From different perspectives. It's still very important, but you have solutions there, and you have a lot of people that are catering for these solutions. However, the B2B is still a virgin when it comes to marketing and other things. Most of the small and medium enterprises in the region are dealing with the B2B from a very primitive way, in the sense that it's not sophisticated yet when it comes to the customer journey, to the marketing and other stuff. So we looked at this area, and we realized that these people need a lot of the C-level experience, but at the same time, they do not have the financial easiness to recruit these people, because an overhead CMO, a permanent CMO, will cost you in the GCC around $18,000 to $20,000 a month. These companies cannot, or most of these companies, but they need the C-level experience. So we came and we created this model, which is I can come to you and offer you a fractional C-level experience. I work with you on a project base, on a scope base, and I work with you on a build, operate, and transfer module. I mean, I build. If there is something existing, I help you fine-tune it, we operate it, and then we transfer it to your own team. Now, the first question, people were saying, we don't want another consultant. But really now in the GCC, and that's an opportunity for us, the difference is that I come to you as a C-level fractional talent, I work with you on the strategy. Whether it's there, we fine-tune it. If it's not there, we build it from scratch. But they have a lot on their plates. They cannot supervise the marketing execution or the financial execution. They want someone to handle that. Yet, they want also to review the strategy. Our focus is leadership and execution. Leadership in the sense that we look at the strategy, because everything that should happen properly in any company should be under an umbrella of a structured strategy. And then the execution comes. But this is where we come in. And we build this model of the execution with their team, if they have an internal team, or if they don't have, we have an ecosystem outside that supports everything. I want a fraction CFO. I have my finance director, but I want a strategic CFO who can work with me on pitching the business for funds. Or I want a strategic head of HR or strategic commercial officer. And this is where the idea of the other entity, which is the consigliere, it's an Italian word for someone who gives advice and has the ear of the boss of the family. It's inspired by the Godfather movie, actually.
It's hard to memorize, but is there
I know,
a purpose?
it's very hard to memorize. And I'm hearing this feedback a lot, although it delivers the message perfectly, but it's not an easy name.
But keep the heart and soul of the meaning.
Definitely. So the consigliere entity is the one that embeds fractional C-level in companies. Based on their needs, based on their scopes. And also we're building a directory, which is a marketplace for fractional people. And it's going to come soon. Hopefully it's still a semi-confidential project, but it's going to come soon to cater for that business. So when this is done, when the fractional model is rolling, I can start focusing on the other legs of the CapG ventures, which have different projects and things I want to execute. With time.
How do you manage the team, or do you have the flexibility to implement whatever you have strategically thought of, with flexibility of being a kind of a boss or a thinker instead of the CMO, CFO, CEO, owner?
Listen, this is a very valid question, because also the learning from that came with time. The way we used to manage the teams from our generations are completely different from how we manage the new generation. If we do the same, we will lose them. You will need to approach them from a completely different perspective. So I currently deal with 3 types of teams. One of them is the network of outsources, which are mostly freelancers or project-based people that help me in a lot of endeavors that I do. Others are the actual teams at my clients' offices. So they are actual, for example, the marketing team of Business X that I'm working with, I'm growing, I'm analyzing. I'm very flexible. People call me that I'm a people's person. I believe my legacy is the people that I really coach. I don't like the word manage. And I had one manager or director in my first company who really taught me the meaning of coaching. It's managing yet growing the personality of the person. This is how I feel that I achieved something. When I see the people that used to be my team are flourishing in different positions now, and it's happening. I remember in my last job in the company that I used to work with, I had a team of 3 ladies in the marketing department, which I coached for around 3 to 4 years. Now they have leadership positions in 3 companies. I'm very proud about that. At the same time, you have to be firm in a lot of areas, especially when it comes to business deliverables. And if you do it the right way, you will not need to remind them about that. They will manage it, they will jump it, they will drive it, even they will be ahead of you in a lot of things.
How can you advocate about people saying that you need to use your brain to be able to manage Claude and ChatGPT and all the Gemini, all the AI?
Definitely.
Otherwise, it will guide you into something totally different.
Definitely.
So how do you manage to put the brain behind the actual AI?
Definitely, and that is something that we're all suffering from. You have the people who blindly use the AI tools. And you can notice that on LinkedIn and on other platforms. They don't even bother to change the comma in the sentence. And you have the other people who really know what they want in terms of, first of all, prompting or briefing the tool.
Yes.
Second, challenging the outcome. You need to challenge the outcome. In my position and throughout my peers also as C-level people, we know the right steps to do or the right approach or methodology that we need to apply to reach a certain objective. So we teach the machine to follow this methodology. And this is where our role comes in terms of monitoring the execution, challenging it, scrutinizing the outcome, saying, no, this is not right. Even programming the LLM from the beginning that, and you can do that, don't accept everything that I say. You have to challenge me. You have to go and do your research and come back to me. So I do that. I do like 3 to 5 rounds of changes.
Maybe tell the company or convince the company that the marketing and the AI tools are not just a bill that you pay to include into your company.
100%. And you have now a lot of people that tells you, I can do this on ChatGPT. Okay,
exactly.
Do it. I don't argue.
Yeah.
That the thing is, okay, I went to London Business School and I did a program about using AI in leadership, in business leadership. And this allowed me to see from a C-level perspective how the AI can help the different aspects of the company as a standalone and as a horizontal integration. The HR, the operation, the sales, the marketing, and how to help everything in perspective. And it's not to replace people, it's to enhance the capabilities of the people. We hear now a lot of says that AI will replace. Yeah, it might at certain level. I agree on the simplest execution level. Yes, there will be a lot of
and it
changes.
Challenges you to grow as well.
Exactly. And I'm an example. I'm a live example about that, Sandra, because I know people of my generation who I love and respect, but they're completely out of context when it comes to these things. I told you, I dedicate 1 hour a day to learn Claude. Maybe someone will tell me you don't have to. No, I have to, because if I don't do that, I will feel that I'm behind. And the things are moving very fast. Of course, you need to be selective on what to learn and why are you learning that. But things are moving very fast around us. So you need to be up to date on everything, because what we're promising to our clients need us to be equipped with these tools to be able to deliver. And if I don't do that, I will under-deliver to my client's business. I will go there and they will see a dinosaur. I don't want them to see a dinosaur. Actually, a lot of companies now still consider marketing as a cost center. Whenever they want to cut budget, let's reduce the marketing spend. Dude, it's completely different. Things have changed. Marketing now is the beating heart of the company. It is the revenue catalyst of the organization. Why? Because marketing is about the consumer journey. And if the consumer journey fails, even if you have the best product in the world, you will not sell.
Where do you come as a person or as a company that guarantee results?
Listen, there are several aspects that you do to guarantee the results. First of all, we do what we say, it's the exploration phase of the business, i.e. we come, we examine the business, we see all the details, what do we need to do, where do we need to prioritize, fixing the fundamentals, bridging the gap, building for the futures. These are mainly the 3 phases that we operate on. And then you have the second leg, which is really looking at the overall business operation itself, digitize it, because everything should be digitized now, smartly. And then move to the third level, which is creating futuristic solutions. But all of these take into consideration, what do you have, what do you need, your journey, your consumer journey. When I said I'm more focused about the B2B, because the B2B consumer journey currently is a chaos. The B2B is a mess. When a factory is dealing with factories, there's no proper communication, there's no proper automation. And this is where the big opportunities are when it comes to the operation that we do. So that's one part. The second part is there's the KPIs that you've put for everything and that you monitor those monthly. But most importantly, there is the OKRs, which is the objective and key results. And this is the new criteria.
Is there a timeline for that?
It depends on the project. At the end of the day, some projects are 6 months, some projects are 1 year. When you do the phasing, you should be able to deliver every phase within its right timeline. Sometimes delays happen, whether it's internal or external. As long as you're very transparent with your client, because you operate with the C-level team at the end of the day. And the good thing is that you speak their business acumen language. Yeah. As long as you're working on that, you're updating them, you're doing the reviews, everything will run smoothly. Now, we're operating in the Middle East at the end of the day, and many companies, especially in the SME, still have some mentalities that are doing business the old way. So you have to adapt, because when you're dealing with the owner or the founder or the manager, it's not always easy in terms of what's happening. You can end up being responsible for a brochure.
As simple as that, yeah.
It's okay. At the end,
you can tolerate.
In my first year, I did compromise on that, because I was building the model and I wanted to learn. I wanted to put the model as is, to see where are the gaps and the flaws and fine tune it. Now I know how to approach, who to approach actually, and how to approach. In the first year, I was opening it to everyone, the fractional business from a marketing perspective. Now I know I have my guidelines, my little points that I can, that will help me fine tune who I want to address and how I want to run the business accordingly.
Then you can build the trust. I mean, if someone does not speak your language or doesn't know what you know, and you are very confident in what you're offering, then what you can do on a personal level is build trust.
We need really to see that person from a chemistry perspective, from an emotional intelligence perspective, because this person will be dealing with the CEO, the CFO, the C-level company. So you need someone who doesn't go in and create battles. You need someone who can go there with the proper emotional intelligence and drive his area while helping other areas, and most importantly, gain the trust of the leadership team of the business. I faced that personally a couple of years ago. So you need to do that, and that's why the personality and earning the trust is very important, and it complements the actual work knowledge, especially at the C-level. We're not bringing a specialist in optimizing media campaigns where we don't care about the personality as long as he's sitting behind his screen and optimizing my meta campaigns every day. This is not the case here. You're bringing a person that is responsible to help the company generate more revenue, and his entourage are the leadership team of the business. So it's technical and personality.
Tell me more about Medicis. What is it, and how do you work on that level?
Thank you for mentioning that, because that's a project that I just launched and I'm really proud of it. So in the past almost 8 to 10 years, I was working in the medical aesthetics industry, which is the number one booming industry in the region now. I've witnessed the growth before COVID and after COVID. And I didn't only witness the growth, I witnessed two types of transformation. One transformation is on the behavior in general, where people are gradually focusing about the inner part of the medical aesthetics rather than the external part. I put a post on LinkedIn a couple of weeks ago about how a few years back the filler industry was maximized, and then now it's shrinking a little bit because people are looking for internal solutions to grow the cells, the exosomes, the polynucleotides and everything, because they want to appear more normal while inside being more if you want fresh. And that's why everyone now is talking about the longevity.
Longevity. We have to thank Dr. Sinclair for that. David Sinclair, he's the pioneer in doing all the research, even reversing blindness to the point where you regenerate the cells from inside. So
the amount of research on longevity is huge, but as a general trend, people are now focusing on how to age better, and that's not to be younger, but to age better. That's the magic word. So that's one part. The other part is how the decision-making process in the medical aesthetics in the industry changed from an era where the doctor was the only decision maker, with all due respect to all doctors, and they still have a big say in anything, to an era where the consumer or the patient is now part of the decision-making process, because all of them are informed. They are online. They do the research, they hear about brands, they challenge the brands.
They ask for specific
the new generation
procedures.
is very is very if you want
now.
educated and is very knowledgeable about the eco-friendliness of the products even. So taking these two into consideration, the patient journey and the dynamics of the changes on the products that are being used, I created something after a work of 4 to 5 months that I believe it's the first in the region, which is the strategic marketing doctrine of the medical aesthetics, and I called it Medistats. It's there on my Instagram and my LinkedIn. Everyone can go check the link and get it.
El Captain Ghayath Sioufi.
On Instagram, it's El Captain G. On LinkedIn, it's Ghayath, Sioufi. It is a playbook, a 50 pages playbook. Again, 50 pages is, some people might think it's huge. No, it's not. It's structured in a way that's very easy to understand and grasp. And anyway, whoever needs help in the implementation, we're here to help. At the end of the day, this document is not crafted in stone. We will have many versions of it, which will evolve with time.
So what we can find in this book?
You can find the, first of all, the mistakes that people do currently. You can find mainly 3 sections. One, the pull strategy, how to bring the patients to your business, because mainly this book is addressed to the brands and the distributors in the region. How to help the clinics and the doctors to bring the patients. Second, it's how to measure the success of this by measuring what we call the pull-through rate. And third of all, it's a 90 days plan to really transform your full business when it comes from a marketing perspective on the medical aesthetics thing.
What is your motto in life? What is something that you swear by and you keep telling people, advising people to live by?
Actually, I was thinking about that in the past few days. So personally, my motto in life is work like a captain, play like a pirate.
Yeah.
Because I believe in the balance. Although lately I'm becoming, the introvert part percentage is increasing. I love people, I love hanging out with people. Okay, now I need to go and be alone.
This type of personality is called introvert.
Really, that's how I am. I mean, I'm outside enjoying my life and suddenly, okay, I want to go and be alone. Which is, so work like a captain, play like a pirate is something that I believe in. When it comes to the people, there are 2 things that I really recommend to everyone that I'm working with. One of them is trust but verify.
Trust but verify?
Trust but verify was said by Ronald Reagan many years ago. It's about ensuring that verifying every piece of information that you receive before taking a decision. And this will help you calm down before taking decisions at the end of the day. Even if you trust who is relaying that piece of information, validate it.
Even if it comes from a trustworthy person.
Validate it.
Maybe he did not verify it.
Exactly, because we're living in a fast age. I mean, information is flowing like crazy. And the second one is trust the process. You see, there's the word trust in everything. Trust the process. I've learned that at the end of the day, when you're doing what you need to do, when you're hustling, when you're making sure that everything that needs to be done is done, even if sometimes it didn't achieve the results that you want, it will happen. Don't ever play the victim's role in your mind. We're humans at the end of the day. A lot of people tend to fall in that. The moment you start victimizing yourself, nothing will ever work around you. And this is proven. I'm not one of those people who used to do cupcakes and become an influencer and I'm giving advices. I'm giving this advice because I've been through that. Don't ever play the victim role with yourself. I'm not talking about other people, because if you do that, all the abat-jours in your life will close. You have to do what you need to do, trust the process, and when you do that, the artificial intelligence or the emotional intelligence of the universe, of God, will open paths to you.
Of course.
I'm a firm believer in that. I've read a book in 2015, and I'm still reading it almost every day, that changed my life. It's called A New Earth. And this book changed a lot of aspects of how I approach things. As a general advice after these 2, I will share a golden sentence that I believe in. Don't fall in the wait. Wait بمعنى الانتظار. Waiting. If you fall in the wait, if you sit and say, I'm waiting for something good to happen, nothing good will happen.
How about attracting things?
Exactly. While you're hustling, while you're doing what you need to do, the good things will happen.
Yeah.
The money will come. The love will come. Whatever will come, will happen. So that's from that.
But you need to be ready for that. You cannot be in the victim mentality and not growing yourself and not be ready from all aspects and say, I'm going to attract good things in my life. You have to be ready and the rest is for the universe.
You have to prepare yourself. You have to continuously work on yourself to be always ready. Listen, some days will come where as humans, you say, you know what, today I will not do anything. I will just sit and look at the ceiling. Fine. You have the right to do that. When you're in that mood, accept that mood.
Yeah.
Don't push back. Today, I'm in a mood where I'm in my relaxing mode. I don't want to do anything. Accept it. But know that when this finishes, you have a lot of things to do.
Absolutely.
This is how I managed myself in the past few years. And this is how I still manage myself moving forward. And this is how, when I look at the consumer journeys of the businesses, and putting myself in the consumer shoes, part of it is this. And part of this, the other part is the behavior of the consumers in the different industries.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yes, and good luck with all your ventures. And we know that for sure we will trust you with everything because of your history and your name and your being in this region globally, internationally, and locally. So thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you, Sandra. I really appreciate it. I really like our discussion. I know that you do a lot of research before engaging in a discussion, and I really appreciate that. And yes, hopefully we will help the region. Our business is regional and it has a global extensions also to make things better for everyone.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.